Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Darlene Williams-Prades, CEO and founder of Superior Love Forever. I haven't been on in a while. I have been caught up in life, and life has truly been lifing. Today, on my podcast, Relationship Matters, we're going to talk about truly what matters in a relationship, not just the relationship itself. You see, love is more than just staying together. It is communication, it's trust, it's intimacy, it's healing. Wow, it's growth, and sometimes knowing when to just let go. And that's the hard part with some relationships, the letting go. You see, today I don't have on any makeup, my hair is not all fancied up. Why? Because this is about the real love and the real relationships. This is what you do. Here we have the honest conversation most people avoid, the difficult moments, the unspoken needs, and the choices that shape how we love ourselves and others. No pretending, no perfect couples, just real people, real experiences, and real answers. This is Relationship Matters because when the matters are handled, the relationship has a chance to thrive a lot of the time. So today, just for the next 10 minutes, I'm not going to be on here long. The question is this: are we solving the problem or are we fighting each other? That's what really matters in a relationship. We want to talk about those matters and not just about how cute the relationship looks when we show up in public. Today, we're going to talk about conflict. Not whether couples argue, because every relationship will face disagreements, but what happens when the problem stops being the issue and your partner becomes the enemy? So, the true question is, when tension arises, are you or your partner solving the problem together? Or are you trying to defeat each other? Let's see who wins is the case. See, that's an interesting conundrum because somebody wants to have power in the relationship. They really want to have that power. They want to be able to say, I got this right. But that's not the problem. The problem is not the person, the problem is the problem. You see, many arguments begin with something very, very small. The dishes were left in the sink, a text was ignored, someone came home late, money was spent without a conversation. Now, see, most people think, well, this is for married couples. No, this is for any couple who's been together any length of time. But the argument is rarely only about the dishes, the text, the time, or the money. Underneath the surface, someone may be saying, I do not feel considered. I do not feel heard. I do not feel important. I feel like I'm carrying this relationship alone. So there's a problem right there. The problem is that we often communicate the pain as an attack. Instead of saying, I felt unimportant when you did, and you can call it what you want, we say, you never think about anyone but yourself. You're selfish. You focus on you. And that person feels extremely attacked. Now, the other person is no longer listening to understand. They're listening to defend themselves like they were in a court. And that's when two people who love each other begin fighting against each other instead of fighting for the relationship. Four signs you're fighting each other look like this. The first sign is somebody's keeping score. You are no longer discussing the current issue. You are pulling out every mistake your partner has ever made since the beginning of time. The second sign is you're trying to win. You care more about being right than repairing the connection. The third sign is attacking that person's character. There's a difference between saying that decision hurt me and saying you're selfish and you're an idiot. One addresses behavior, the other attacks identity. And the fourth sign is using silence as a punishment. Taking time to calm down can be healthy. Refusing to speak in order to control frightens or punishes someone. That's different. When these patterns become normal, the relationship becomes a courtroom, not a courting room. Both people gather evidence, build a case, and wait for the other person to be found guilty. But healthy relationships are not built on prosecution or defense. They're built by partners. So the next time conflict appears, do two things. Pause and ask, what are we really trying to solve? Move beyond the surface. Is the real issue trust, respect, consistency, attention, security, feeling appreciated? And then change the language. Change the way you talk to each other. Instead of saying you never listen to me, try I don't feel heard right now. I need us to slow down. Instead of you do not care about this relationship, try when this keeps happening, I feel alone in trying to fix things. And try instead of saying you always make everything about you, how about trying I want space for both of our experiences in this conversation. You see, what happens is you change the language, you change the flow of the conversation, and the conflict evaporates. That change may sound small, but it changes the entire direction of the conversation. It moves the message from accusation to honesty. You can also remind each other, I am not against you. I am upset, but I still want us to solve this, whatever this is, together. That sentence creates emotional safety. It reminds both of you that disagreement that you're having does not have to mean disconnection. And sometimes the healingest thing you can say is, I love you, but we are not communicating well right now. So let's pause and return to this when we can listen instead of react. A pause is not avoidance, so I don't want any of you out there in the audience to get that confused. It is not avoidance. Pause means when there is a clear commitment to return, to have a conversation, to listen, understand, and not listen to react. Every relationship will experience conflict. I don't care what it is, whether it is husband and wife, sister and brother, mother and daughter, every relationship on this planet, even with Jesus Christ, there was conflict. The goal is not to become a couple that never argues because you're holding it in. You're internalizing it as if somehow it's going to evaporate. It's not. The goal is to become two people who know how to disagree without destroying trust, dignity, and emotional safety. And if you are lying to your partner, I guarantee you none of that will come into play. So when you're in that conflict moment, ask yourself, when my partner shares a concern, do I become curious or defensive? Do I listen for the pain underneath the words? Do I want resolution or do I want the victory? Because I want to be right. Because I will tell you, right doesn't make it victorious. And most importantly, do my words remind my partner that we are still on the same team, or does it remind my partner that we need to go our separate ways? Because in a healthy relationship, the question is not who won the argument. The question is, did the relationship become stronger, safer, more honest because of the conversation? Note I didn't say fight. Note I didn't say argument. I said conversation. I am Dr. Darlene Williams-Prades, CEO of Superior Love Forever, LLC. And we're here to help couples restore, rejuvenate, and relive. This is Relationship Matters, where we talk about the matters of the relationship, not just about the relationship itself. See you soon.